Oh, the chicken legs, bro. The chicken legs. Situation here, I'm flying too close to the sun, but instead of flying, I'm transforming into mist and then transforming into wolf and then transforming into mist and then transforming into wolf.
I'll suck you dry.
I'm coming.
Very unfortunate roll out of the sub alerts there for my mom's subscription. Hopefully you were watching on mute. I'm going to assume my mom did not have the sound on. Surely she just subbed while she's at work. The sound is muted. I don't want to have to explain that one. We're just going to move on from this one, guys. What a fucked up day. What a fucked... I'm having such a fucked up day, Mom, and you show up and you support me with your free sub that you can get for using your Amazon Prime account, linking it to your Twitch account, and giving you a free subscription to any streamer on the platform, and you choose to use it on me. What's after that? It was Easy Seed.
And this is to go even further beyond.
Specifically BizHawk version 2.10. You can also type !EMU in chat, and it'll explain the emulators that I usually recommend for playing this game. BizGawk? No, that's a different emulator. That emulates the games your mom likes to play. But heyo, waka waka. Boom goes the dynamite. Fuck, I'm running out of catchphrases here.
It's already drawn on the map.
So these are like global shortcuts, I guess.
Well, I modded it to spawn me in, so yeah. So as long as you actually
what the fuck
through the normal skip prologue thing, then it's probably fine.
Because there's gonna be nothing behind Beelzebub, and I'm gonna look like a damn fool for doing all this when I could have just like disappeared. No one saw that. Shh. Everything's fine. Be cool.
What kind?
All right, that's fine. Oh, the secret library card that nobody else. Never mind. Man, fuck this game. Also, barely dodged that Medusa head. Thank God. That would have been huge. I know! I actually think that's a great idea. Massive. So that's what it looks like in full. Let's play it one more time. Okay, now let's try. Did I speedrun pissing? Of course. You guys don't know the strat? Everybody talks about the hand wash skip, but the thing is you use the stream as the water and you hand wash in your own stream. Next time you want to speedrun a piss, you pump the soap early, you do early soap into stream, into hand wash using your own stream, and it saves so much time. Nobody knows how much time it saves, but it's a lot. It's a lot. That's how you get world record out here, y'all. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, back at it again, still melting. Still dying. I started stream earlier today hoping that, I don't know, I can stream a little bit longer before the room I'm streaming in turns into Satan's asshole. So we're gonna just hop into it as quickly as we can. No preamble, no bullshit. Just go. Hope you guys are doing well, staying cool during this goddamn heat wave if you're experiencing it. New plan, kiddie pool, water, bag of ice. New plan on top of that, kiddie pool, ball pit, dash con, pee in the ball pit, It's all coming together. This is the wrong save. Oh, yeah, you're right. If I pee in the ball pit, it'll get too warm. Fuck. Stupid, stupid, stupid. I never think things through. Shit. Although at this point, the piss might be cooler than the ambient temperature of the air. Don't melt. It's already started, man. Look at me. It's a me Mario. Looking ass, but I'm melting. Wait till winter, then pee in the ball pit? It's chestnut checkers? Oh my god. He's thought of everything. Alright. Let me pull out the notepad and we can start taking our notes. Oh, that reminds me. Let me preemptively put YouTube chat in weirdo jail. Before I forget. Thank you for reminding me, Wayfile, that I have a YouTube chat. Shout out to YouTube chat. You'll be fine. I have to just turn on the anti-weirdo filters. Hello? There it is. Dude, YouTube.com. I just want to say something real quick. What the fuck are you doing? Whoever is vibe coding your dog shit ass website needs to be fired. What is this? How long do you want them to be subscribed for before they can chat? I don't know. Blank, 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 20 minutes custom. Fuck you. Take your stupid grok, take your stupid fucking Claude, and shove it up your ass. Christ, man. Dog shit ass website. If you ever wonder why I hate streaming on YouTube, this is why. Because they literally don't give a shit about their fucking website, man. They have some freaking queer furry who's overworked, underpaid, handling every single line of code for their dog shit ass website. And they're like, fuck shit, fuck, they fired everybody except for me. It's so hot in this goddamn fursuit. It's a goddamn heat wave. Claude, please fix this for me. Gotta find a way to get more ads. It's crazy because I make like zero money off of YouTube streams, by the way. Like it doesn't run ads. YouTube streams basically don't run ads. Fucking, I don't know. It's crazy. I do it for the love of the game, all right? Those weirdo YouTubers deserve the content. Even if they tell me that they're going to show up at my house and, like, eat my face or whatever. But then sometimes they tell me about the secret fairy boss and everything's okay. So last time on Dragon Blitz Who's Melting, we got pretty far in our notes. We got about... Shield dashing. Reason we use the Wolf Frog is because the game allows you to perform dive kick, transforming a dive kick candle, get enough to get all RS's quarter without using double jump ability. So we can grab the mist, so we can go to the library, skip the cutscene, it doesn't activate the boss's AI. Okay. So, like, am I the only... This is an unrelated question. Am I the only one that feels like the word AI has ruined my ability to explain the behaviors and patterns of enemies in a video game? Fucking sucks, man. Because it's just... That's not what the word means, man. Why the fuck are we calling large language models AI? It doesn't make any fucking sense. Yes, I mean, no, you're not the only one. That's what I'm saying, man. I'm just over here like, I want to explain that the enemy's internal patterns is delayed via skipping the fucking cutscene. The most concise way to say the boss's AI doesn't start all the way. And then people will be like, did they code this game with Grok, you said? Pushes up glasses. Fucking shits themselves. Fucking thing sucks. The thing is so apparently there is a way to have the YouTube stream automatically save your previous settings when you start a new stream. I think the problem is that because I use Restream as a co-streaming platform, they don't do that. They overwrite the settings every single time. So I think I have to go into my Restream settings to figure it out, which is just my fault because I haven't gone through the settings to figure it out yet. A better way to automatically do it? I think there is a way to automatically do it. I just haven't looked through the right settings yet, is what I'm basically telling you. I'm saying what you need. You don't need to do anything. I can probably fix it on my own. I'm trying to save you the time. Anyways, I'll figure that out at some point. Because realistically, I could just say, like, the bosses stand still because they're expecting the cutscene to play out, but I skipped the cutscene. So they just stand there. I don't need to say the word AI. Fuck you. Fuck you, you dumb piece of shit. Also, Lamau, imagine spelling height like this. That's not... Okay. Fucking I before E, except after C, except in the word height, except fuck you, the English language. I'm mad at everybody today. I'm melting. You know what? Just... excuse all of my typos. I don't care, man. I don't fucking care. Same time as quipping. Yes. Yeah, behavior might be the better option. Goddamn, have to add an extra fucking... The Great Kennethite! Yeah, that's exactly what I thought when the typo... Fucking... God damn it, man. Prism. Dude, my... Dude, I should honestly go to jail. Look at all these fucking terrible... I mean, Wing Smash and Alucard, those typos make sense. Chapel. Samshing. Holy shit, is that AC Girl 1028 over on YouTube saying hi to Melted DB? Please! AC Girl, I need you! Please tell me AC stands for air conditioning, please! Please, I'm dying! Condition the air, please! Listen, alright? I never claimed to be good at typing word good and spelling word good. All I know how to do is press buttons and complain. E-girls move quick, gotta get that money. Listen. It's another grok bot. Let's be real. That's not true. That's actually really rude of me to say. AC Girl is real. I want to finish my notes before we get into the game here. And then we'll practice some sections. And then hopefully by then it's not the temperature of Satan's asshole in this room and I can play the video game. Hi, my name is Dragon Bliss. This is going to be an 80% luck mode run of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. There are a few name codes that you can use as your file name that affect the game in different ways. Luck mode will let me start the game with severely lowered stats, except for the starting luck stat of 99. The luck code is a bit of a double-edged sword, as the lower HP stat is what I actually need for skips and movement, but it adds variability to the run because of the higher luck stat, but I'll explain more about that later. The reason we're playing on the Xbox 360 version of the game is because it has much faster load times and no slowdown as opposed to the original PlayStation release. Other than that, everything else is pretty much identical. And all this combined makes this the fastest run, the fastest way to beat the game without using arbitrary code execution. The first 7 minutes of the run is a segment called the Clock Rush, which is an in-game cycle that I need to hit, that I need to make to a specific room in under 7 minutes, or else I will be locked from progressing for an entire minute. The time saves available in luck mode are what makes the 7-minute Clock Rush cycle possible. Yeah, I need to find a way to make this a little bit more concise, I think. New kink watch. Jesus Christ, Riddick. You know what? Sometimes inside thoughts should stay inside, but I appreciate you. You're allowed to have that. Yeah, last we timed this, my intro ended up going over a minute because I wanted to add the so this could honestly be the closer here. So all of this combined makes this the fastest way to beat the game without arbitrary code execution. This is the closing statement before entering into the countdown. So let's move this. Realistically, I could probably cut the sentence about the 360 version because realistically, this is something that I can talk about later. But I don't think there's like a good time to bring up the 360 version differences because there's not many. I think some people might be confused why I'm playing on the Xbox 360 version, but I don't think it really matters. Or I could save this for the second to last statement as well. But the faster load times help make the 7-minute clock cycle possible. That helps lead everything together, probably. Okay, it's a bit of a intro. Let's just try and read through this quickly. Hi, my name is Dragonblitz, and this is going to be an any % luck mode run of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. There are a few codes you can put in as your file name that affect the game in different ways. Luck mode has me starting the game with severely lowered stats, except for a starting luck stat of 99. This luck mode code is a bit of a double-edged sword, as the lower HP stat is what I need for skips and movement, while it adds variability to the run because of the higher luck stat, which I'll explain more later. The first 7 minutes of the run is a segment called the Clock Rush. This is an in-game cycle where I need to make it to a specific room in under 7 minutes, or else I'll be locked from progression for an entire minute. The time saves available in luck mode are what make the 7-minute cycle possible, and what makes this version of the run an entire minute faster than the previous version of the route that didn't use luck mode. I'm going to be trying my best to hit the sub 7 here, but it both requires clean execution and some luck to go our way. This is also the reason why I'm playing on the 360 version of the game, because it has faster load times and no slowdown. Other than that, it's pretty much identical to the PlayStation release, but the faster load times help make that 7-minute cycle possible. All these factors combined make this the fastest way to beat the game without using arbitrary code execution. And with that out of the way, let's go ahead and just get into the run. 3, 2, 1. Damn. Yeah, my streams are scripted. Wait, my stream's on? Oh, shit, you're not supposed to see the scripting part. Fuck. I feel like it's way too long. I understand what you're saying. The problem is if I don't give this context before I start the run, I don't get to explain it at all. Because as soon as I start the run, there is no time to fit in any of these sentences, basically. So essentially, I either need to cut the part about the 360 version, which honestly is probably the one thing I will cut. If I'm going to cut any segment here, it's going to be talking about the 360 version at all. And that probably gets it under a minute. We probably do the 360 skip. Hold on, guys. It was in 2026 when one speedrunner needed to intro their speedrun for GDQ faster than ever before. He decided that skipping the explanation for the Xbox 360 version of the game would be his route, his ticket to success. And in this time, many other runners said it would be impossible. No one would understand the run without the 360 explanation. This is the story of that one runner, that one man who was melting like never before. This is the world record history of me fucking your mom. Anyways, Yeah, I think we just cut that part. We just don't talk about the 360 version. It's, you know, I might throw in a nod or a jab that we're playing on the 360 version at some point, but I don't think it's necessary for the intro here. Let's go again. This is probably the most important part to make sure we get right, because the rest of the run matters from here. Hello everybody, I'm DragonBlitz, and this is going to be an any % luck mode run for Castlevania Symphony of the Night. The reason we are playing in luck mode is for a few time saves that we get throughout the run, and luck mode is a file name code that you can put into the game that, fuck me, dude. I went off script. Fuck. Reset. Terrible run. Hi, my name is DragonBlitz, and this is going to be an any % luck mode run for Castlevania Symphony of the Night. There's a few different name codes you could use as your file name that affect the game in different ways. Luck mode is this code that you see on screen here. This is going to have me start with lowered stats, except for a starting stat of 99. The luck mode code is a bit of a double-edged sword because what we actually want is the lower HP stat, because it's useful for some skips in movement early on, but it adds variability to the run with the higher luck stat, which I'll explain more later. The first 7 minutes of this run is a segment called the Clock Rush. This is a in-game cycle where I have to make it to a specific room in under 7 minutes, or else I'll be locked from progression for an entire minute. The time saves available in luck mode are the reason why the 7-minute cycle is even possible in the first place, and it saves that entire minute over the previous fastest route that didn't use luck mode. I'm going to be trying my best to hit this sub 7. It's very difficult, it requires very clean execution and some luck to go our way, but all of this combined makes this the fastest way to beat the game without using arbitrary code execution. So, with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Yeah, we just cut the 360 explanation. It gets me under a minute. I think I explained everything mostly correct. I don't even need to add this segment here, honestly. I can cut that too, because we're not. The only reason that sentence existed was a way to combine the explanation of luck mode and the 360 version. So now I think we can just transition out of like, I'm going to try my best to hit this cycle. Let's get into it. So last time we do this, and I think we're good to go. Yeah, explaining that I'm playing on the 360 version doesn't matter at the end of the day, because it's like, I think it's more niche for people to ask questions about which version of the game you're running and why. Like, I get people asking me that in my Twitch channel comments. Like, when people join the live stream, they'll ask, hey, which version are you playing? Or why are you playing this version of the game? Is this the PlayStation version? Is this the Saturn version? I feel like that's a more niche question as opposed to a more general audience that just wants to know what the game is or how it works, because ultimately we live in a world where Symphony of the Night is not, you know, like, it's known, but it's not that well known. Like, people don't understand, like, the inner machinations of the game the way that we do, since we're Turbo fans, Turbo nerds. Hello, I'm DragonBlitz, and this is going to be an any % luck mode run for Castlevania Symphony of the Night. There's a few different name codes that you can use as your file name, and they affect the game in different ways. The one you're seeing right now on the screen is the luck mode code. This has me start the game with lowered stats, except for the luck stat, which is going to start at 99. The luck mode code is a bit of a double-edged sword because the lowered stats is actually what I want, because it helps me with some skips in movement early on, saving a bunch of time, but it adds variability to the run with the higher luck stat. I'll explain more about that later, though. The first 7 minutes of this run is a segment called the Clock Rush, which is an in-game cycle where I need to make it to a specific room in under 7 minutes, or else I'll be locked from progression for an entire minute. The time saves available in luck mode are what makes this 7-minute Clock Rush cycle even possible in the first place, which makes this version of the run the fastest version possible. I'm going to be trying my best to hit the sub 7 cycle here, but it requires a lot of clean execution, a lot of luck to go our way, but yeah, that was a dog shit run, dude. I went off script and it was bad, but it's still under a minute. Anyways, GDQ, are you ready to watch me suffer? 3, 2, 1, go! It's good enough. This also gives me extra time to explain it slower than I would here because I'm reading it. I'm going to have to do this shit off the dome. Thank you, Kari. Appreciate you. Okay. Frickin' booty. After that, what do I say? Dude, it would be sick if I hit the sub 7 at GDQ, but I don't think it's going to happen, man. There's just, like, so many things stacked against me, and I'm also low-key kind of, washed right now. Both because I'm melted and I haven't had time to practice because it's too damn hot. Let's see. Playing with music. Well, the music actually doesn't affect my odds of getting sub 7 at all, because all it does is it slows down the menu times, and the menu times don't affect your clock rush timing. It slows me down RTA, but it doesn't slow me down in-game time. And in-game time is what matters for the clock cycle. What actually matters is getting no crits on Slogger and Gaibon helps a lot, and damage stacks help a lot, honestly. The difference between good and bad damage stacks is like 10 seconds. Let's see. So once I start playing as Richter... oh, I guess that, yeah, that's just a sentence explaining it. Yeah. I'm going to try and get through this segment as fast as possible. This is the prologue. I'm playing as Richter, trying to get through this as fast as possible while ending with 0 hearts. This sets me up with a heart refresh item once I start playing as Alucard, which I will need for the very end of the run, which I'll need for a skip at the very end of the run. Which I need for a skip at the very end of the run. You're on comms for the Brazilian restream on Sunday. Yo, congrats, man. Thank you. Feel free to throw in whatever lore you want about me. You can make stuff up if you like. Co-pilot this script. Clippy shows up and says, please, I'm dying. Mr. Co-pilot won't let me live anymore. I'm going to throw you under the bus. Yeah, this guy's not even that good at the game. If this was a randomizer, he would already be losing, actually. He's not as good as me. You could be like, oh yeah, me and Dragon Blitz, we go way back. He wanted me to tell you guys that actually he sucks at the game and I'm actually the best. I mean, what am I gonna do? Ask somebody to translate it for me? I'll never know. No, Cracked. I'm pretty sure the intro to the run is gonna have me covered for that. They always love throwing in the "but enough talk, have at you" type shit when they throw to me. The announcer is going to handle that, most likely. Don't worry, I'm going to be very respectful. I appreciate it, Ren. You can, look, whatever you want to do, whatever you end up saying, so long as it's appropriate for GDQ, I'm down with. I trust you, is what I'm saying. I trust you to do a great job. I know you're going to do a great job. The announcers are stealing our cringe. I know, dude, it's not fair. 3, 2, 1, go. So here we're going to be playing through the prologue sequence as Richter. I'm going to try and get through this as fast as possible while ending with 0 hearts. This sets me up with a heart refresh item once I start playing as Alucard, which I'm going to need for a skip at the very end of the run. Here I'm attempting a glitch called a damage stack. Essentially, if I throw holy water on the ground as I do the Hydrostorm attack, there's a random chance that I do a ton of damage to Dracula and it kills him very, very quickly. I talk about whether I get them or not, blah, blah, blah. And there we go. That's time. Wow, we won. Whee! And then we transition into playing as Alucard here. here we start with very powerful starting gear. Death's going to take it away. We're going to try and skip death. If this was my channel, you would be so fucked. Hey, if you want to do a restream of the run on your channel after the fact and do some Portuguese commentary, unchained, unshackled, you have my permission at least. Feel free. I'm sure the Brazilians will love it. Yeah, GDQ abridged. Now that we're past death, I can explain the basic mechanics of the run. I don't even need to say this line. Honestly, I think that's a commentary crutch for doing like a commentated video, but for doing a live commentary, I don't need to explain what I'm doing. I don't need to explain what I'm doing with the commentary, I should say. Okay. All right, I'm going to try a few things out and see how I like it. So let's just get started. Hello, everybody. I'm Dragon Blitz, and this is going to be an any % luck mode run of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. There are a few name codes that you could use as your file name that affect the game in different ways. This one on the screen in front of you is the luck mode code. This is going to let me start with lowered stats across the board, except for the starting luck stat of 99. The luck mode code is a bit of a double-edged sword because I actually want the lower HP stat that you get from luck mode as opposed to the higher luck. The lower HP stat helps me with some skips. The higher luck actually causes some variability, which I'll explain more later. All of this is in service of a segment of the run called the Clock Rush. This is the first 7 minutes of the run where there's an in-game cycle where I need to make it to a specific room in under 7 minutes, or else I'm going to be locked from progression for an entire minute. The time saves available in luck mode are the reason why this is possible. So I'm going to be trying my best to hit this sub-7 cycle, but it requires a lot of really clean execution and some luck to go our way. So I'm going to just try my best here. Let's get into it. In 3, 2, 1, PogChamp. So here we start the game by playing in the prologue section as Richter. I'm going to try and get through this as fast as possible while ending with 0 hearts. This is going to let me start with a heart refresh item once I start playing as Alucard, and I need that item for a skip at the very end of the run. In order to kill Dracula as quick as possible, I'm going to be going for a glitch called a damage stack. It's essentially a random chance whether it happens or not, but by throwing a holy water on the ground, we just got one there. Throwing a holy water on the ground after a hydrostorm causes this damage stack glitch to happen sometimes. We're hoping for good damage stacks here because it saves a ton of time on this fight, and that was basically perfect damage stacks. Each damage stack is basically a 50-50 whether it happens or not, so getting 3 coin flips in a row, very, very lucky, and that's going to make this sub-7 cycle much more likely to hit, which is very nice. There's still some more RNG that can make this difficult later on, but until then, we're smooth sailing. Let's go. Everyone's clapping. Everyone's clapping. Oh my god, you're so sexy, streamer. Oh my god. Now that we're out of the prologue, the next part of this run that's most important is that we keep our very powerful starting gear. Alucard starts with this super powerful starting gear, and I'm going to do my best to do a skip in order to keep it. This is what that skip is going to look like in just a second. This is a big toss. Anytime you take more than half of your HP in a single hit, you get sent flying across the room. I'm going to use that movement option to skip past the cutscene where death normally takes away all my powerful starting gear. Just got to heal up, touch the warg's butt, get sent flying, re-equip my sword. And there we are. We have skipped death. Clap, 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 clap. Oh my god, streamer. Clap, 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 clap. You're so sexy. Clap, 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 clap. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, now that we've skipped death, our next goal is to continue through this Clock Rush segment. The way that we want to be quickly getting through this segment is by utilizing these advanced movement techniques. Alucard essentially can move. God damn it. I have to figure out how to get past that guy better. Move across the ground faster via shield dashing. This is a movement technique where if you backdash and then cancel your backdash by pulling up the shield and doing that over and over and over again, you get to move across the ground about twice as fast as normally walking. The other way to help save time is you want to be on the ground as much as possible, so I'm cutting my jumps short here so I land on the ground as soon as possible so I can start shield dashing again. Another thing that helps save time during this segment is essentially experience routing. So I'm trying to kill as little enemies as possible so I can stack level ups on bosses. This experience route helps save a few seconds over the course of the run because you see less level up animations, and the level up animations freeze the screen. However, if I get unlucky here, I won't be able to set up the experience the way that I want. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So this is what I'm talking about with luck mode being inconsistent. Luck mode gives you a higher chance to get critical hits, and we actually don't want critical hits versus that boss there because there is a setup to kill them both on the same exact frame. We didn't get it there because we got unlucky crits. So now I'm going to see, I believe, 3 extra level up animations over the course of this clock rush segment, which loses me about 5 seconds. So it's essentially, because of RNG, I'm now 5 seconds behind during this clock rush segment, and the time to hit this clock rush is so tight that the 5 seconds really does matter. And I know I've been talking about the clock rush a bunch. This is going to kind of help give context as to what it is that I'm talking about. The clock room that we need to get past is coming up right here. If you look in the top left-hand corner, this statue is going to move out of my way here. That statue is a statue that moves in and out of position every other minute. So on odd number minutes, it's in your way and you can't progress. And on even numbered minutes, it's out of your way and you can progress. We need to go past that statue. However, we don't have the means to jump high enough to get up there. So I'm going to the outer wall to get a relic that'll help me gain some height to get past it. And I need to come back all in under 7 minutes. So we'll see if we're able to do it. This run hasn't been the most clean, and the extra level ups we're going to see is going to make this a little bit harder, but we have a few tricks up our sleeves to save some time on the way. But until then, let's go ahead and read some donations. Hi, we have a donation from PogChamp69 here saying, I love Symphony of the Night. I played this game in my grandma's basement back in 1872. I actually have all the world records, and this streamer is bad at the game. Greetings from Germany. I have a $10 gajillion donation from Jeffrey Bezos saying, please, somebody love me, please. All I feel is emptiness, even though I have everything in the world. It's almost as if money can't buy you happiness or true human connection. Here's the next boss fight. This boss fight could be sped up if we weren't playing in luck mode, because I'd have access to enough hearts for a sub-weapon called the stopwatch, which would freeze this guy in place and kill him essentially instantly. Sadly, I kind of have to fight this guy normally, which loses us a few seconds, but all the other time saves from luck mode outweigh the time lost from that boss fight. And if you're very, very lucky, you can get some critical hits that essentially kill that guy instantly, which nullifies any amount of time lost from not having stopwatch. All right, so yeah, that's going to be, I believe, our last level up of the clock rush here. And here is that relic that we needed. That's the Soul of Wolf. The Soul of Wolf is very useful for a couple different skips. So we're going out of our way to grab it now. So I just have to activate this elevator switch. I'm going to try and skip down there with a frame perfect floor clip here. There we go, got it. And I'm going to try and get a quick grab animation. There we go. That's another frame-tight skip that lets you pick up relics slightly faster than normal. So hitting those two tricks back-to-back does save quite a bit of time. The next trick I'm going to be doing here is called a slope jump. Essentially, the wolf can maintain momentum up slopes and then transfer that into vertical height. We use that to grab the garnet item, which is an item that I'm going to use later as a sellable to essentially get infinite item or infinite money using a glitch later. The other thing that's useful about the wolf is it has a very fast horizontal movement speed, not as fast as shield dashing, but pretty close, and it gets to maintain that speed in the air, which Alucard cannot shield dash in the air. So in segments where you're going to be jumping a lot, it can actually be faster to move in wolf form instead. So I'm going to try and do this segment in wolf form to save some time here. And we'll see if we can make this cycle. We're almost at the end of it. Just have to lock in for a couple more seconds here. There's a very tight input to get a jump over that table without taking damage. Yeah, this segment I don't think was clean enough for us to get that sub 7, but it's going to be quite close. Yeah, sadly didn't make it. 7 seconds off. Oh well. Anyways, read donations, I guess. Fuck me. I'm just a stupid chud idiot. Fuck, man. Fuck. And I just completely crash out on the GDQ stage. Throw my controller across the room. That was pretty decent. 7 seconds off without Slugger Guy on double kill. Yeah, once the donations die down, I'll explain the reason we have to get the Soul of Wolf. Everyone starts booing, yeah. All right. So the reason we went out of our way to get Soul of Wolf is because you can actually dive kick out of the untransformation animation there. That lets me dive kick off the candle to gain enough height to get up into this next segment here. There is a way to do it slightly faster, but it requires a incredibly rare drop. So pretty much the only reliable way to get it to get up here fast enough is by getting the Soul of Wolf and coming back. I could skip the Garnet, I wonder. Maybe I should do the route where I skip the Garnet, actually. To try and help get the sub 7. That might help. I'll look into that. Sword. Oh my fucking god. I got a sub-weapon attack. That's so stupid. I'm gonna die because I got hit there. That really sucks. Yeah. Alrighty. Real quick, I need to pee, and when I come back, I'm drinking so much water. I'm gonna... I think the Clock Rush segment is all good. It's all fine. We're gonna start figuring out what we're gonna do for the rest of the segments. So give me 1 second, chat. I'm gonna be right back. Did I speedrun pissing? Of course. You guys don't know the strat? Everybody talks about the hand wash skip, but the thing is you use the stream as the water and you hand wash in your own stream. Next time you want to speedrun a piss, you pump the soap early, you do early soap into stream, into hand wash using your own stream, and it saves so much time. Nobody knows how much time it saves, but it's a lot. It's a lot. Here's... So he just gets to fall out of the map. Okay, this time he doesn't respawn. And then he... Wait, that's a different... This guy's a different color. Not to be, like, weird about it. Huh? What? They just make a new one? Bro, this game sucks. What is this? Whose idea was this? How did they screw this one up so bad? They clip through the floor and then they say, oh crap, we need a new one. Spawn in a new one, I guess. Damn. He's just gone. Whatever, man. That's so dumb. I'm a professional Castlevania player, okay? Yep, I'm a professional. Turned you to stone. Yeah. So like, yeah, it's slow, but like as long as you are constantly mashing, you're not going to take damage, so you're fine. So realizing that like the real danger of Medusa is the sword slash, and oh my god, please, Scrims. Holy, wait, I was able to just throw 2 back-to-back like that? What is this? What is this? Yeah, dude, honestly, what is this? Fucking, what do you mean? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my. Damn. Remember that game? That shit was crazy. Oh my god. So. There's Quip grab, Poggies, Wolf slope jump. Garnet will be used for a shop glitch later. This is honestly new rule. If I get double kill. Otherwise, I'll have to skip the wolf slope jump explanation, I think. I'll say it's your fault, yeah. For sure. The reason we need the wolf relic is because the game allows you to perform a dive kick after transforming. And the dive kick off the candle gave me enough ability to go into Alrox's quarters without the double jump ability. There we go. Then we use this to grab Mist, and then we go to the library, and then we can grab Bat. And Bat lets us win the game. Okay. Who is Alrox? When Alrox isn't on the screen, I want the children to ask, where is Alrox? Alrighty. We'll just start from here, I guess. That's already open. There's the Soul of Wolf. We grab the thing. I'm going to go for a frame perfect floor clip here. I didn't get it. Maybe? Yeah, no. I'm going to go for a frame perfect floor clip here. There we go. Into a quick grab. Didn't get the quick grab. It's a very tight window. Lets you skip an animation. Didn't hit it. Sad. But yeah, the reason we get the Soul of Wolf is because it's useful for a skip later at the very end of the clock rush. In fact, the Soul of Wolf is what makes this clock rush even possible in the first place, because the Soul of Wolf can do a few things. One, it has pretty fast horizontal movement, very similar to Alucard shield dashing. It's only a little bit slower. But the upside is that it maintains its horizontal speed in the air. Alucard can't shield dash in the air, so any spots where there's like a lot of platforming or jumping while moving horizontally, the Wolf can actually be faster, like right here, for example. The other thing that's nice about the Wolf is that it allows you to dive kick, actually. For whatever reason, the game gives you the ability to dive kick after untransforming from the Wolf transformation, and we're going to use that dive kick to gain enough height off of a candle right before the entrance to Alrox's quarters. And with that, we could very likely just barely make it into... There we go. Had to get a tight jump over that table there. Just barely make this clock cycle here. Okay, we got very lucky that Fleaman didn't bother us, and... Nice. Clap, 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 clap. Oh my god, I can't believe I did that. That is so hard. For reference, there are only 2 people in the world who have this sub-7 clock cycle in their personal bests. Speedrun times. So it is quite difficult. Here I'm making a slight detour for a gem that I'm going to need for a glitch later on. This essentially will give me infinite money. And the whole reason we did all of this is so we can get to the Colosseum. And the reason we want to get to the Colosseum is because in the Colosseum is the next progression relic, the Form of Mist. Form of Mist is useful for a couple of different things, but the most important thing that it allows us to do is get the Soul of Bat, actually. Just have to kill that guy for experience purposes. I have to practice this segment. And in order to get the Form of Mist, First of all, we get this library card on the way to the next boss fight that is guarding the Form of Mist. This is Minotaur and Werewolf. For whatever reason, they kind of just stand still at the start. They're waiting for the cutscene timer to finish before they start attacking you. But I skipped the cutscene, so they're still waiting for that timer before they start their boss actions. And we're just able to slash at them in the meantime. So let's grab this Form of Mist. We're going to use the library card. This is an item that immediately warps us to the library, which is very convenient because that's where the Soul of Bat is. The library also has a few other key items and relics that we're going to be going after. So before getting the Soul of Bat, which is going to be useful for the very, basically get us to go mode for this run, I'm going to go out of my way here to dive kick off of this book, except the game hates me. Let's freaking go, gamers. Backup strats. Okay, we got it second try. Not ideal, but we'll make it work. Went for a quick grab on that fairy card relic, but unfortunately didn't get it. So yeah. The fairy relic is a relic that's going to allow for that infinite money glitch that I was talking about earlier. Essentially, by having the fairy talk to me before starting this cutscene with the shopkeeper, it overwrites the ability to pause during the shop menu. So essentially, I'm going to be able to open this menu, sell the gem as I equip it. This underflows the amount of gems in my inventory to 255, and I could just sell as many as I need to and get all the money that we want. The reason we're doing this is for a few items specifically. We're looking for the duplicator and mana prisms, as well as throwing stars. Those three items combined are very, very powerful, and will essentially give us everything we need for the rest of the run. I also forgot about the gauntlet.
I'm interested in this.
And I'm also grabbing the gauntlet, which will make some boss fights more consistent later on. But yeah, by equipping all of this, I now have infinite usage of single-use items, so potions, throwing weapons, stuff like that. I can use an infinite amount of times, and the Mana Prism will allow me to refill my mana from full anytime I use it. Here I'm going to hope for a good enemy pattern here. Did not get it. This is the worst possible pattern, and now I'm in danger of dying. That's awesome. I should buy a potion. Oh, I guess you get a potion. Yeah, safety potion, I guess. Jesus Christ, man. There it is. Wow, we did it. Congratulations. Fucking... This run sucks. It's all propaganda to get people to consume milk. Thank you for the gifted sub. Nintendo Enter. The more milk you consume, the more powerful I become. So this is what we needed Mist for, was to get past this Mist gate so we can get the Bat Relic here. And with the Bat Relic, we're immediately going to be going into another glitch here called a floor clip. Utilizing the Wolf's movement, you can actually clip into sloped surfaces. So I'm going to try my best to set it up here. It's essentially triple frame perfect. Yeah, I didn't get it there. I'm using the map to help buffer my inputs to make it a little bit easier, but it's still very, very tough. Ah, one frame off. Dude. I swear, this never happens to me. There it is. Nice. If we had gotten this first try, this saves about, like, 6 seconds over just leaving the room normally. So, here we have to refill our MP to make sure we have enough throughout the course of this movement here. This is because the movement option I'm doing as Bat here is very, very fast, but it costs a decent chunk of mana to perform. So what I'm going to be doing is constantly refilling my mana with the infinite mana prisms that we have, so I can do this movement option, this being the Wing Smash. Wing Smash is a spell that has a pretty complicated input. You essentially have to hold the jump button, do a three-quarter circle motion on the control stick, and then release the jump button. And then you have to do this once every second if you want to maintain the speed in with your Wing Smash, otherwise you'll be forcibly untransformed from it. And on top of that, you have to control the height of the Wing Smash up and down. So you have to control these three-quarter circle motions and do them consistently enough, also while maintaining your total amount of MP. It's a very difficult, like, resource management aspect of the run. And we're basically going to be doing that constantly until the end of the run here, because now that we have Soul of Bat, there is essentially nothing stopping us. We have all the tools we need to skip to the very end of the game. And we're going to try our best to have some tight movement along the way. 5 HP, no matter, no problem. I ain't scared of this. That's Karasamon. That's the power of the Buffalo Stars. They're a very powerful throwing item. Absolutely shred through bosses in a matter of seconds. And we're immediately coming up on our next glitch here. Normally, you have to go out of your way to grab a bunch of different items in order to get to the end game here, the second castle. I'm going to try my best to skip past it using a very specific wolf jump. That was close. Try one more time. There it is. Yeah, very specific wolf jump essentially allows you to enter the room without the game noticing that you entered the room. You essentially skip past the detection box. That loads the default state for that room, which already has Richter saved, and you can just skip past him. Normally there's like a boss fight with Richter, and you need to collect a specific item in order to save Richter, but we skip past all of that, and we're immediately in the end game now. Here, the intention is that you find like 5 relics, the 5 Vlad relics, in order to access the final boss. But that heart refresh that we got at the very beginning is going to help us out in skipping past all of that and getting to the very end of the game without needing to do anything except just fly there as fast as we can. So from here, we got some more precise movement. We got another boss fight coming up. Going to enter the room as fast as possible, dive kick so I can start throwing stars as soon as I can, and that is another boss down. That strategy there saves about a second over just walking into the room normally. And yeah, from here, it's just going to be more tight wing smashing, more movement until the very end of the game. So feel free to read some donations. So essentially we get 2 sections for donations. It's like partway through the clock rush and then this segment after Medusa till the very end. That sounds about right. Because there's nothing to explain here. I can explain mist batting, but like, I think it's pretty clear what's going on if you're understanding visually, you know. And my movement was pretty good during those explanations, too. I feel pretty okay about that. Whoa! And then we die on the GDQ stage. Safety strats. That's funny. Potion? She actually used one? I thought this good for nothing fairy was useless. All right, we're coming up on the final skip of the game here. This is called a reverse shift line. It's a fancy word for essentially underflowing Alucard's X position by using a screen freeze. That heart refresh item is an item that freezes the screen. So with a very precise setup, I can freeze the screen in a way that underflows my position, sending me into out of bounds, essentially. And I can move from out of bounds past the barrier that prevents me from getting to the final boss. So, 2, 3, 4, 5 wing smashes out of bounds. Sets me up right here. And this is the end of the run, folks. We've done it. We've skipped past everything. We've done the bare minimum. And vertical wing smash for the fans. And vertical wing smash for the fans. And vertical wing smash for the fans. First try. That's right, everybody. I just saved half a second there if I got it first try. I mean, I'm going to go for the vertical wing smash after shaft for sure. You have to. Oops. That's why you get the gauntlet, to have a more consistent shaft fight. The reason I'm equipping Buffalo Stars over both hands is because you could actually only throw 3 stars at a time per hand. So by having a Buffalo Star on my left hand and my right hand, I have a total of 6 stars that I can throw out before they despawn, and I get to throw another one. Ah, too slow. Too slow. And yeah, from here, I'm just throwing his stars as quickly as I can, dodging Dracula's moves, and time is going to come up in just a second here, y'all. And time. Wow, 27 minutes. You were 7 minutes over estimate. You're banned from GDQ for life. Wait, what?
How?
Yeah, throw this guy outside.
Is it that I've
Beat him to death with hammers. No, please. Please, I'll do better next time. Mr. GDQ, sorry. I'm so sorry. Please. Please don't hurt me. Please. Ah!
sarcasm?
What?
For what profit is it to a man if he gains the world and loses his own soul?
Execute this guy.
Matthew 16:26, I believe.
They hook you up into a this like lie down
Tell me,
cushion seat.
what were Lisa's
The streamer
last
will now
words?
be defenestrated as per GDQ tradition.
If you cannot live with him, then
They have you like lying down, so you're like leaned forward with your head through through like a hoop, essentially like a hole, and there's a guillotine above your head. And the second you go over estimate, the guillotine just falls. They take it seriously, man. They take their GDQ stuff seriously. All right. I feel pretty comfortable commentating the run, I think, from here. I know where to throw to donations. We're taking your GDQ card, your speedrunning medal, and the number 4 privileges. You are now merely Dragon Blitz without the 4. No! No, the 4 is what makes me special! I'm looking like an ice cream character from the ice cream truck. Wait, you're saying I look like this? Hold on. Hold on. Spot the difference. Which one is which? Me? Or Sanic? Huh? Huh? Honestly, it's pretty... you know? Yeah. I could see it. I could see it. Gotta go fast. Whoa, slow down. I'm not feeling so good, Tails. Tails, what are you doing? You're kind of like blurred and doubled. My eyes are kind of... It's hard to focus. Hey, you gotta go fast. All right. This Sonic lives in Florida. As somebody who has lived in Florida and has eaten that ice cream Sonic bar with the sour gum fucking eyeballs, yes. They do live in Florida. How do I feel about chili dogs? Chili dogs, are they cold? I'd like something cold right about now. Alrighty, let's do another run through. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. It's your boy, Dragon Blitz, and this is going to be a Castlevania Symphony of the Night luck mode any % speedrun. There's a few different name file codes that you can use in the game that affect the game in different ways. This one is luck mode, the one you're seeing on the screen here. This is going to start me with lowered starting stats, except for a starting luck stat of 99. Luck mode is a bit of a double-edged sword because we actually want the lower HP stat and not the higher luck stat. The luck stat actually makes things a little bit more variable throughout the run, but I'll explain more about that later. The first 7 minutes of this run is a segment called the Clock Rush, which is an in-game cycle where I have to make it to a very specific room in under 7 minutes or else I'm going to be locked from progressing for an entire minute. The time saves available in luck mode just barely make it possible that you can make this 7-minute cycle, so I'm going to be trying my best to hit this cycle. It's going to require some good luck and some good execution along the way, but with all that out of the way, let's get started here in 3, 2, 1, go. Starting the game, we're going to be playing through the prologue section here as Richter. I'm going to try and get through this as fast as possible, all while ending with 0 hearts. This is going to start me with a heart refresh item once I start playing as Alucard. That heart refresh item is going to be used for a skip at the very end of the run. But until then, I'm going to try and defeat Dracula here as fast as possible using a glitch called a damage stack. Essentially, by throwing a holy water on the ground after doing the Hydrostorm item crash, there is a 50-50 chance that you essentially get to do extra damage. It's random. I'm hoping for good RNG here. And unfortunately, we're not seeing any damage stacks here. We went 0 for 3. Very unlucky. This is going to lose us a lot of time, sadly, and make this clock cycle quite a bit more difficult. Still technically possible, but quite a bit more difficult. Yeah, the RNG can be quite brutal in this run, but just going to keep trucking along. From here, though, you can see my starting HP, my starting hearts, quite a bit lower than you would expect for a normal playthrough of the run. That's the luck mode aspect here. And that's going to be useful because we also start the game with a lot of very powerful starting gear. There's normally a cutscene that takes away all of your powerful starting gear with Grim Reaper himself, but there is a skip that you can do very famously to skip past it using this mechanic here. This is called a big toss. If you take more than half of your HP in a single hit, you get sent flying across the room. It's a very fast way to move, as well as it allows you to skip the room entirely where death takes away my starting gear, which is very, very useful. Just got to heal up and go for another big toss here. Absolutely zooming. Everyone's clapping. Everyone thinks that that's awesome. And yeah, with that big toss, those two big tosses save so much time that the clock cycle that I was talking about just barely become possible here. There are other ways to skip past death, but it's just ever so slightly slower than playing in luck mode. So, and from here, I'm going to be doing my best to essentially get to the room that I need to get to as fast as I possibly can, utilizing some advanced techniques, one of which that you're seeing right now is called shield dashing. I'm essentially canceling my backdash over and over again by pulling up the shield. And on top of that, I'm also just trying to cut my jumps as short as possible to platform onto the ground faster so I could start shield dashing again faster. Shield dashing is about twice as fast, a little over twice as fast as regular walking speed, so I'm going to try and shield dash as much as I possibly can. The other thing that helps me save time during this section is essentially minimizing the amount of level up animations that I see. This requires routing in specific enemies for our experience route. And this is where luck mode gets a little bit tricky because this next boss fight, I'm going to try and kill the bosses on the same exact frame to have a very specific experience amount because of the way experience scaling works. So let's try and get that set up here. Nice. Okay. The reason why luck mode screws with this is because luck mode increases your chances of getting critical hits. And if you get critical hits on that boss, you actually lose the opportunity to double kill them like that. So that double kill is going to end up saving me about 5 seconds in level up animations because I'm just going to see less level up animations throughout the run, which is very, very nice. Yeah, and from here, our next goal is we want to get to the outer wall so we can get the Soul of Wolf. The Soul of Wolf relic is what's going to make this clock rush cycle possible because we're...
time for one donation?
No! Okay. Shut the fuck up!
And here we have
no!
$5,000
you ruined it! No! God damn it! That was so rude of you! Walks off stage. You ruined my speedrun! So the way the clock cycle works is I want you to look in the top left-hand corner of this room. There's going to be a statue that moves out of the way here. That statue is designed to move in and out of position every other minute. That's why this clock cycle exists. It's every other minute using the in-game timer. So my goal is I need to come back to this room once I have the ability to get up there, once I can gain enough height to get up there. And the way we're going to do that is by grabbing the Soul of Wolf relic. Normally the game wants you to have the leap stone, aka the double jump ability, to get up there, but there is a skip you can do using the Wolf relic instead. So, and the Wolf relic is way faster to acquire. But until our next boss, we actually do have time for donations, so don't interrupt me ever again, or else I'll cut your fucking head off. Thanks, Dragon Blitz. He hits me when the cameras are off. We have a $1 billion donation from the Yeti saying, please, oh God, this guy's so scary. Can we get him off the stage, please? I thought it was funny. It was funny. I liked it. Oh, wait, I'm supposed to skip these guys. Oops. You threw me off, Fran. Yeah. That's fine. We'll just go from here. I'm pretty sure this is the correct experience route. Yeah, Heatwave continues, sadly, for the next couple of days. It's basically going to continue until I leave for GDQ, and then it's going to subside, I think. So this is the next boss fight versus Doppelganger. If I get good critical hits here, I can kill him a little bit faster than normal. Sadly, we didn't get any critical hits. There is a way to kill him faster, but it's unfortunately not possible in luck mode because we actually don't have enough hearts to utilize a sub-weapon that allows him to stand still, and then we could just slash him a couple of times and not have to wait for his like iframes to end after hitting him. But from here, we're going to go ahead, and there is that Soul of Wolf relic that we've been looking for. We're going to grab that as quick as we can and head back to that central clock room. We have to unlock it by opening this elevator switch, and I'm going to try and skip down there with a frame-perfect floor clip, as well as try and grab it in a specific way that saves a little bit of time. So there's the floor clip. There's the quick grab. Let's go back to back. Yeah, that quick grab is a close to frame perfect trick that allows you to overwrite the relic acquisition animation with a summon spirit animation, which is a spell that you can do. It ends up saving about almost a second, about 50 frames. And now that we have the Soul of Wolf, we're going to immediately run back to that central clock room here. The Soul of Wolf can do a couple of things. It's going to transform me into a wolf. That wolf transformation has a relatively fast horizontal speed. Not as fast as shield dashing, but pretty close. The thing that's nice about it, though, is you get to maintain that speed in the air. Alucard cannot shield dash in the air. So in sections like this, where I'm going to be doing some platforming while moving horizontally, the wolf is actually quite a bit faster. I'm going to try and go for this double slope jump here. That's another trick you can do as a wolf. There's a lot of tricky wolf movement that you have to do here if you want to save the maximum amount of time. So I'm going to lock in here. Got to hit this book jump. Nice. Yeah, jumping over that guy requires a pretty precise input. This is the last bit of RNG. Okay, cool. That guy gave us a good pattern. And we just barely made the cycle, guys. Let's go. I probably actually make that cycle if I don't mess up the experience route. That was actually a good clock rush, even without the So if I don't get double kill and if I don't get good damage stacks, I think I'm going to skip Garnet. I think that's the plan. So that way I can showcase the sub 7 route, I think. Do you ever miss the clock rush due to bad RNG? Yes, all the time. RNG is most likely the factor if I miss the clock rush, because the movement's pretty consistent. $5 billion donation from Skibbity Toilet. Woof woof, we love doggos. Woof woof. So the reason we grabbed the Soul of Wolf is so that way we can do this skip right up here. By dive kicking off the candle, we gain just enough height to enter this section here. This section is going to lead to our next progression relic, that being the Form of Mist. The Form of Mist can do a couple of things. We can utilize it to transform into other transformations faster by going from Mist into that transformation. But the thing that we're most happy about using it for is that it is required to get to the next progression relic, that being the Soul of Bat. And if you know anything about this game, the Soul of Bat absolutely breaks this game wide open. It is essentially go mode as soon as we find it. It has the fastest movement option available to it, as well as the ability to just help us get everywhere we need to go. I have to remember how to do that room fast. And on the way, luckily enough, we get this library card item, which is going to warp us to the library directly after this boss fight. But these bosses, because I skipped the cutscene before the boss fight starts, they actually are standing still waiting for that cutscene timer to end. So that gives us a chance to just start wailing on them before they have a chance to fight back, and it makes the fight pretty trivial and pretty quick. There is that Form of Mist I was talking about. Let's go ahead and equip that library card. Grab the Form of Mist, warp to the library. The library has a few things that we want in it. It has a shop that is very useful for us. I think you gassed. It was first try.
I'm coming. I'm spewing jizz out of my penis.
No, we're not. No spewing live on the GDQ stage. So I'm going to do this skip up to this section here so I can get the this other relic here, the fairy card. I'm going to try and quick grab this. I didn't get it. So this fairy card is a familiar that will talk to me as soon as I summon her. And this fairy will, the talking to me will overwrite the cutscene of the shopkeeper talking to me for the first time. So if I set this up properly, I'll be able to essentially glitch the shop menu here. Nice.
I'm interested.
And I don't have a gem. Oops, I forgot to grab the onyx. Don't make that mistake on GDQ. That would be bad. Bro, it's hot. It's starting to get real hot again. All right. I've never spewed at a GDQ. This will be the first time. Go cool off. It's fine. I probably only have enough time for like a couple more attempts before I have to cut stream. Sadly. This is why I started stream early, so I could try and get some amount of work done. Alrighty. What's up, everybody? Oh, let me start the timer. Hello, I'm Dragon Blitz, and this is going to be a luck mode, any percent run for Castlevania Symphony of the Night. There's a couple different name codes that you can utilize in Symphony of the Night that affect the game in different ways. The one on your screen right here is luck mode. This is going to let me start with lowered starting stats, except for a high 99 luck starting stat. The lower HP is actually the thing that we want out of luck mode. The higher luck actually makes things less consistent overall, but I'll explain that a little bit later. The reason we're playing in luck mode is because it allows us to hit this 7-minute in-game cycle called the clock rush. This sub-7 clock rush is just barely possible because of luck mode, but it also depends a little bit on some RNG and some good execution along the way. So I'm going to be trying my best to hit that 7-minute cycle, and let's just hope for the best. Let's get into it, y'all. In 3, 2, 1, go. Oops. I forgot which room I was on. Ignore that, ignore that, ignore that, ignore that. Let's get started in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so at the beginning of the run, we're going to be playing in the prologue section here as Richter before we get to play as Alucard. And everything I'm doing here is to essentially get through this segment as fast as possible while ending with 0 hearts. Our heart count there is in the top left-hand corner. I'm going to try and get through this boss fight with Dracula as fast as possible by utilizing the Hydro Storm item crash and then throwing a Holy Water on the ground. That gives you essentially a 50-50 chance to activate this glitch called a damage stack. We didn't get it there. I'm going to try again right here. Let's see if we can get some damage stacks here. It'll help the fight go by quite a bit faster, and we went 0 for 3. That is incredibly unlikely. And just like that, this run is ruined. I am a fraud, and this, I should feel bad. With the prologue out of the way, we did lose a bit of time there getting unlucky, but there is still chance that we can hit that cycle. If the rest of the luck goes my way, we can maybe just barely hit that sub-7 cycle. But now that we're playing as Alucard, the very beginning of the run starts you off with this super powerful gear, and there is a cutscene with the Grim Reaper, Death, where he takes away all of that starting gear. But we're going to use a trick here to skip past him and keep all of our starting gear, that being the Big Toss. That's what you're seeing on the screen right now. If you take more than half of your total HP, this is just a basic mechanic in the game. If you take more than half of your total HP in a single hit, you get sent flying indefinitely until you hit a wall or a ceiling. So we're going to set one up right here to very quickly fly across the room as well as skip past Death. Not only is this a very fast movement option that saves us a ton of time in the early game, it also gives us that death skip right there, so now we have very powerful starting gear for the rest of the game. Clap, 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 clap. And now that we're past Death, we're going to be getting into the rest of this clock rush proper. The way that we get through here as fast as possible is by utilizing a few movement techniques. You're already seeing one now. This is called shield dashing. Essentially, I'm canceling my shield into a backdash over and over and over again as fast as I can. And the other thing I'm trying to do is cut my jumps as short as possible during these platforming segments so that way I can get back to the ground faster so I can start shield dashing again. So those two things combined are how we are saving time during this segment, and it's very, very tight movement, very tight fast shield dashing required to get through this segment here. I'm also avoiding a lot of enemies because I'm trying to get a very specific experience value going into the rest of the run. This is called our experience route, and part of the experience route does require that we need to get lucky on this next boss by not getting critical hits. This is why luck mode can be a little bit tricky, because it increases your likelihood of getting critical hits, because I want to kill these two guys on the same exact frame. So I have a setup for it. We got it there, which means we didn't get critical hits, which is very nice. Gaining all the experience from those bosses on the same frame essentially sets up your experience where you'll get less level up animations over the course of the run, saving quite a bit of time. If you kill them on different frames, the experience scaling essentially changes the amount of total experience you gain from killing both of them. So, yeah, off to a great start. People are still clapping, they're still clapping. That's one of the few level ups that are mandatory for this segment, but it's all good. Now that we are in the Marble Gallery, we're actually going to pass by the clock room that is the namesake of the titular Clock Rush. I do need to kill these guys. Unfortunate Dark Metamorphosis input. So if you look in the top left-hand corner of the room right here, you're going to see the statue move out of the way. That statue moves in and out of place every other minute. So my goal is to get there in under 7 minutes, because on odd-numbered minutes, that statue is in your way and you cannot progress for an entire minute. So if I hit this clock cycle, we don't have to wait that full minute, and that's part of the reason why we're playing in luck mode. Those big tosses I did earlier save us just enough time to just barely make that clock cycle. But first we need to find a way to get up past that statue, because it requires us gaining some extra height. The way we do that is with the Soul of Wolf Relic, which is going to be in this next section here. But until then, this would be a great time for some donations. Thank you. This is Penis Muncher 69 here with a $10 gajillion donation, telling you to stay hard stay, penis balls. We have another $1 million donation from Dracula himself saying, please, oh God, is that my son? He's here to kill me. Somebody help. Somebody call the police. I have a restraining order against him. He's fucking crazy. Help me. Greetings from Germany. All right, we're coming up on another boss here. This is the Doppelganger boss. This boss is a little bit trickier in luck mode, because in outside of luck mode, you would actually be able to use the sub-weapon, the stopwatch sub-weapon, to freeze him in place and essentially kill him instantly. We have to fight this guy kind of legit, and we could get lucky with some critical hits to kill him faster than normal, but we didn't get any, sadly. It's going to take 3 hits to knock him down and get past him. The stopwatch would essentially skip the parts of the fight where he gets knocked over, and it saves about 3 seconds. But you could theoretically get a critical hit that is strong enough to kill him in a single hit, and that saves a ton of time. But yeah, we are coming up on the Soul of Wolf. It's right there, but it's locked behind this gate, so I'm going to go press the switch to unlock the gate and grab that Soul of Wolf. And we're also going to try and go for a frame-perfect skip to get down there a little bit quicker than normal, as well as a frame-tight trick to skip the acquisition animation for this relic, and I'll skip the screen freeze, potentially. So go for the floor clip, and the quick grab there, yep. 2 tight tricks back-to-back. Very, very clean. You love to see it. So now that we have the Soul of Wolf, we're actually going to be backtracking to that clock room. Thank you, thank you. Oh, they're still clapping? Thank you, thank you. We're going to be backtracking to that clock room, utilizing the Soul of Wolf, actually, to gain enough height to get past that statue that I was talking about. There's a couple different things that the wolf can do that are helpful. One of which is that its horizontal movement speed is actually pretty similar to the shield dash. It's only a little bit slower. However, you get to maintain that speed in the air. Alucard can't shield dash in the air, so in sections where you're doing a lot of horizontal movement but also needing to jump, this ends up being slightly faster. It's not cocaine. It's not seeds. It's coke. On top of that, the wolf lets us do some transformation shenanigans to essentially get access to a dive kick when we normally wouldn't be able to. Normally, you need to double jump in order to dive kick. Ah, unfortunate. And let's see, did we hit that cycle? Were we clean enough? Sadly, no, 2 seconds off. Like I said, it's so brutal. Womp womp. All right.
Thanks,
well, I guess
Stephen.
now it's time for donations.
Your skill seems to be causing impregnating women from just watching the stream. It's been declared a public health crisis. I'm not sure we can go on streaming this.
What?
How will they care for all these children? Why have you done this? Why are you so skillful?
Thank you, Razorblade, by the way, for the tier 1. I appreciate you. We have 0 donations. You're telling me there's no donations. You can't. We're just going to sit here in awkward side. Oh. Dude's name is literally called Weirdo Watching. Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm not going to ban you, but, like, take a time out. Consider the fact that you're a weirdo and that weirdos are not welcome. Unless you're a funny weirdo. So consider coming back funnier, please. Thank you. Whoa! Imagine missing that. What did I bonk my head on? So we hit the skip there. This allows us to dive kick off of the candle, make it up into this segment here. The reason we're doing this is because we need to get past the All Roxas Quarter so we can get to the Coliseum. The Coliseum has our next progression relic. That's going to be the Form of Mist. The Form of Mist is useful for some movement options, but it's mostly important because it allows us to get past a mist gate that is locking the Soul of Bat. And if you know anything about this game and its speedrun, Soul of Bat is essentially go mode. As soon as you get the Soul of Bat, you can move really, really fast, as well as just get to the very end of the game using a couple of skips and glitches along the way. So as soon as we get that, we're going to be in business. So how does this work? I'm supposed to jump up here and then backdash? What am I doing wrong? I have to remember how to do this shit. Kill this guy, jump over this guy. Jump over this guy. Why did he do that? Hold on. Let me just watch my world record and remember what the fuck I'm doing here. I always forget the exact sequence. Shit, man. What the hell am I doing? Here.
Been doomed ever.
What the hell is the strat here? Jump slash, no back. That's what I just did. Why did it? What was skipping up the fuck? Hold on. Jump slash. Backdash here, jump slash. Land on the platform, backdash, jump slash. What the fuck did I do wrong? Mamma mia. The video game fucking hates me. I'm Mario. Mario, I'm so mad. I'm gonna go find the nearest healthcare CEO. And tell him what I really think. Can't believe they patched it out of the freaking game, man. Ah! I'm allegedly gonna have a stern talking to. Yeah, I don't want to be losing time on this shit, man. Freaking embarrassing. Oh my god, my brain is melting. Chat. It's not looking good for your boy. Not looking good for your boy. There it is. Let's do this a couple more times. Motherfucker. So yeah, if I backdash into position here, this guy just gets like super aggro. Gotcha. I think it's because that's my old muscle memory, was to backdash there. Back when we used to not kill these guys at all. Couple more times. On the bright side, if I'm able to perform decently well in like 90+ degree weather, surely my GDQ run will be cleaner than that, right? Not bad. Alrighty. Let's do it again. Oops. Sorry, GDQ runners, but the AC has stopped working, and I'm just sitting there like, I've prepared my whole life for this. It is more faster than avoid it. Yes, it is more faster than avoid it. The reason it's more faster is because it sets up my experience so I see less level ups over the course of the run. Hello, restart the timer. Hello, I'm Dragon Blitz, and this is going to be a Castlevania Symphony of the Night any % luck mode speedrun. There's a couple different name codes you can use in Symphony of the Night that affect the game in different ways. The one you're seeing on the screen here is luck mode. This is going to change my starting stats, where I have much lower starting stats, except for my luck stat, which is going to be starting at 99. The reason we're playing in luck mode is actually because we want the lower HP stat that you get from luck mode, and the luck stat itself actually is a bit of a hindrance because it makes things slightly less consistent, but I'll talk more about that later. The reason we're playing in luck mode, though, is because it allows for some skips and some movement options early on that save us enough time to hit this 7-minute in-game cycle. This is called the clock rush. So my goal is to hit that in-game cycle as fast as I can. Otherwise, I lose essentially an entire minute sitting and waiting in the clock room. So that's going to require some good luck and some good execution from me. And without out of the way, I guess we can go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1, and go. So at the very start of the run, we're going to be here in the prologue. The prologue section of the run has us playing as Richter, and my goal is to get through here as fast as possible while ending with 0 hearts. The way we're going to do this is by utilizing some item crashes as well as a glitch called a damage stack here. It's essentially a 50-50 chance whether you hit it or not, but by throwing a holy water on the ground after doing a Hydrostorm, we just got one there, that activates the damage stack glitch, and if we get lucky, we can get more damage stacks here. Nice. And 3 damage stacks. Let's go. That's essentially like winning 3 coin flips in a row, so that feels really nice. And that saves about, like, I don't know, it's like 7 seconds over getting 0 damage stacks, so that's a huge time save right at the beginning, especially because every second matters here for this clock rush segment. Now that we're playing as Alucard, the beginning of the game starts you off with the very powerful starting gear. Normally the game takes it away in just a few rooms with a cutscene with death. But my goal here is to skip death by utilizing a trick called a Big Toss. This is essentially a trick where if you lose half of your total HP in a single hit like this, you get sent flying across the room indefinitely until you hit a wall or a ceiling. So our goal is to set up another one of those Big Tosses to skip past the room where the cutscene happens, allowing us to keep all of our powerful starting gear. Just gotta heal up again, Big Toss again, re-equip our sword, and boom. Everyone's clapping, they think it's the hardest trick in the game, they think it's so cool. And with that death skip, we are pretty much very overpowered for the rest of the run. And now that we're past death, I can talk a bit about the movement techniques that we're utilizing to have this clock rush happen. Obviously, the Big Toss is very, very fast, as you saw. It's just a very fast movement option. Sadly, we won't be able to set up any more Big Tosses for the rest of the run. Instead, we're going to be utilizing... I have to get past this guy. Alucard's ground movement. That was very unfortunate. As well as skipping past certain enemies, but I'll talk about that a little bit in a second. Alucard's ground movement is fastest option is going to be shield dashing, essentially back dashing and then canceling that option with the shield and doing that over and over and over again. The other thing I'm trying to take care of here is by spending as little time in the air as possible, cutting my jumps short so I just barely land on platforms. That allows me to start shield dashing again sooner. The other thing I'm doing is I'm intentionally avoiding enemies so I can set up my experience in a very specific way. This experience route allows me to skip level up animations because those freeze the screen for a little over a second. So if I minimize the number of level up animations, that would be ideal. And that's one way to do it there. We got pretty lucky. That Slogger and Gaibon double kill, that boss fight there. We kill both bosses on the same exact frame, minimizing the amount of, maximizing the amount of experience that we get from that boss encounter, essentially giving us multiple level ups on the same frame, minimizing the number of level up animations we're going to see throughout the run. People are clapping, people are clapping, people are clapping. So yeah, if you ever see me go out of my way to kill a specific enemy or skip a specific enemy, it's because it is routed in for a very specific amount of experience. Like right here, I know I'm getting a level up, that's routed in. But overall, I think this saves 3 total level up animations, which saves about 6 seconds over the course of the run, which is pretty nice. We're coming up on the clock room with which the clock rush is named after. Oh my god, I need to kill this guy. So if you look in the top left-hand corner here, that statue is going to move out of the way here. That statue is basically the sign of... that is the reason the clock rush exists. Using the in-game timer, every other minute, that statue moves in and out of position. So we want to arrive back in this room with the ability to get past that statue during a cycle where the clock statue is already open, so we don't have to sit there and wait. This is why we're going for a sub-7 clock rush cycle here. Our goal is to get the ability to jump up to that location and back to the clock room in under 7 minutes, because on odd-numbered minutes, the statue is in the way, and on even-numbered minutes, it's out of the way. So if we can get there while the minute timer still has a 6 in it, then we can get past it. So, but on the way over there, this would be a good time for some donations before the next boss fight. Penis McSwilliam here with a $10 billion donation saying, scoopity poop, fucko. We have another $1 million donation saying, everything I do in this world doesn't bring me meaning anymore. What is left except to sit in despair? Save the frames, kill the animals. Greetings from Germany. And all right, here's that next boss fight I was talking about. This is going to be the boss fight with Doppelganger. This fight is a little bit trickier in luck mode as opposed to other runs because we don't actually have enough total hearts to cast the stopwatch subweapon. So we kind of have to fight this guy somewhat normally. We get him in an AI loop right there. Just hit him before he gets up. And the stopwatch would allow us to essentially hit him while he's standing still and skip the knockback animations, which saves quite a bit of time.
Dinosaurs? More like Dinah snore. Honk. Me, 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 me. Honk. Me, 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 me.
Now we're just going to be climbing up these stairs going towards that Soul of Wolf relic that we need for the clock rush. It's locked behind this gate, so I'm going to go press the switch to open the gate. And on the way, I'm going to go for a frame-perfect skip, clip through the floor, as well as a frame-tight animation cancel. Let me see if I can hit that real quick. Right back to back like this. Damn it. All right, well, we missed the floor clip. Let's go for the animation cancel. Didn't hit the animation cancel. Everything I do is a failure. I feel terrible about my life. God damn it. The reason we go out of our way for the Soul of Wolf is because it allows us to do a few things. The Wolf transformation is important because it is a transformation at all. Transformations allow you to essentially get a dive kick in a way that the developers didn't fully intend for. So by untransforming from the Wolf, when I go back into Alucard mode, I'll have access to a dive kick. I'm going to dive kick off of a candle to get up past where that statue is blocking the way. The other thing that's nice about the Wolf form is that... I'm not listening to you. The other thing that's nice about the Wolf form is the fact that it allows you to move quickly across the ground. This ground movement ain't fucking shit. I'm done. You know what? I'm muting alerts. Fuck you guys. I actually need to practice. I only have so much fucking time, man. I only have so much fucking time to practice, and I'm gonna melt to death. Fuck you. God damn it. Ugh. I need to practice the full fucking clock rush every time because I need to know if I'm actually hitting these clock rush cycles or not. I should have just muted in the first place. Ugh. This is miserable. Fuck global warming. Fuck Jeff Bezos. This wouldn't be I wouldn't care if we memed around if it wasn't for the fact that it's like 100 degrees in this fucking room. But I don't have a lot of time before the room becomes literally impossible to be inside of. Yeah, if you do text-to-speech, your shit's getting scammed. I don't care. It's just muted now. Okay. You were trying to help? Help with what? Help distract me! Fuck you! Nah, you're chill. You guys are fine. I'm just mad because it's hot as fucking Satan's dick and balls in here, man. Walk in like normally? Normally, it's not a million. Fuck off. I want everybody to just stop. You guys are so annoying. Oh my god. No, the AC is not able to keep up. It is going as hard as it possibly can, and the room is still 1,000,000 degrees. Not to be rude, Mott, but if I could turn the AC up more, I would. Oh, turn the AC up. Why didn't I think of that? Oh, I'm just melting into a puddle of my own piss and shit. Why didn't I think about turning the AC up? Wow. Let me just go use this one fucking window unit to fight against the power of global warming and the sun. That's a great idea. Fuck me, man. At least I'm not in France. I mean, yeah, they're dead. Everybody who lives in France is currently dead right now. Yeah, it's too hot for the AC unit. Install another AC. That's a great idea. Why didn't I think of that? You know what? I'm not looking at chat anymore. You know what? I might as well not even be streaming at this point because you guys are being so unhelpful. Just give me money and shut the fuck up. That's all I care about right now, man. I'm trying to do my job in 10,000,000 degree weather. God, man. It's tough out here, man. You want to know what I look like right now? Look at this shit. This is what I look like in real life. I just took a picture. I just took a picture to show you guys. This is my real visage, my real life, my real face. Fuck, man. You think it's funny? You think what I'm dealing with is funny? Stop laughing. God, it's so fucking hot, man. Thank you for the 500 bits. I appreciate it. I'm joking. You guys don't have to give me money. It's just hot. I'm not mad at any of you guys. I'm just mad at the situation. This shit fucking sucks. Ugh. I just don't have enough time in the day with, like, reasonable temperatures to, like, get all the shit done I need to get done because I have to leave for GDQ so soon. Ugh. It's fine. I'm just stressed because I need to practice so my run isn't ass, but my run's going to be ass. I'm missing the fucking clock cycle live at GDQ because of this, man. I already know it. I'm going to get terrible RNG. My practice isn't going to kick in because I practiced in 10,000,000 degree weather, and my brain's not going to be able to comprehend what the fuck air conditioning is. I'm going to trip over my words at the very start. I'm going to say a slur somehow. Like, I'm going to slur my words and an actual real-life hate slur is going to come out on accident. I'm going to get banned from GDQ. I'm going to get canceled. My whole life is going to go down the shitter. Fucking thing sucks. Alright. I'm not looking at chat. I have everything muted. I'm just focusing on the game and commentary. Feel free to meme in chat as much as you would like. I'm not going to see it. But I appreciate you guys being here. I gotta lock the fuck in. Alright. Hello, everybody. I'm DragonBlitz, and this is going to be an any % luck mode speedrun of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. There's a few different name codes that you can use in Symphony of the Night that change the game in different ways. The one you're seeing right here on screen is the luck mode name code. This is going to start me off with much lower starting stats, except for my luck stat, which is going to start at 99. We actually want the lower HP from the luck mode code and not the higher luck. The higher luck actually is a bit of a detriment, but I'll explain all of that in a little bit. The reason we're playing in luck mode is because it allows us to save enough time for this in-game cycle known as the clock rush. We can do this clock rush in under 7 minutes, specifically because of luck mode, which is why we're doing this run the way we're doing it. But I'll explain all that as we get into the run. Let's get into it here in 3, 2, 1, go. At the very start of the run here, we are going to be playing as Richter, getting past the prologue here. My goal is to get through here as fast as possible while ending with 0 hearts. This is going to let me start with a heart refresh item once I start playing as Alucard, and that item will be useful for the very end of the run for a skip that gets me to the end of the game. Here, I'm going to be setting up for a glitch called a damage stack. We're going to hope to get it. It's essentially a 50-50 chance. We did get it there. Essentially, by utilizing the Hydra Storm item crash and Holy Waters, we can get a random burst of damage there, and we got 2 damage stacks. Not bad, 2 out of 3. It ends up finishing this boss off quite a bit faster than just using the Hydra Storm on its own. Saves us about, like, 5 seconds, which is nice. And now we're going to be making it into the rest of the run here. Now that we're playing as Alucard, the start of the game starts you off with these very, very powerful gear that soon is going to be taken away from us, except we plan on skipping the cutscene that takes away all of our starting gear, utilizing this movement technique here, called a Big Toss. By taking more than half of my total HP in a single hit, it sends me flying across the room. We can utilize that movement technique both for going fast, horizontally, as well as skipping past the cutscene with Death where he takes away my starting gear. So I'm going to go ahead and set that up right here. Going to go ahead and heal back up so I have enough HP for this Big Toss, put my sword back on, and get sent flying. Everyone's clapping, everyone's clapping. And just like that, we have all of our powerful starting gear, and we can begin to move through the rest of the game. Our goal for this section is to get through this clock rush that I was talking about as fast as possible. The way we're doing that is by utilizing a movement technique called shield dashing. This is canceling my backdash into the shield and then repeating that action over and over and over again as fast as I can, as well as cutting my jumps as short as possible so I can go back on the ground and start shield dashing quicker. I'm also avoiding specific enemies because I'm setting up for a very specific experience route. Frick me, man. It's so hot. Essentially, by killing a very specific enemies in a specific order, this minimizes the number of level up animations that we're going to see throughout the run. Each level up animation costs a bit over a second, so it's like closer to 2 seconds in total. So this experience route ends up saving quite a bit of time over the course of the run. And part of that experience route does require that I kill this next set of bosses here on the same exact frame, Slogger and Gaibon. It's a duo boss. So if we get critical hits, it could ruin the double kill. This is one of the reasons why luck mode can be a little bit tricky, because you have a higher chance of getting critical hits. So there we go. We did end up getting it. Nice. No critical hits. Everyone's clapping. Everyone's clapping. So yeah, that double kill does save me about 6 seconds over the course of the run, which is very, very nice. From here, we're going to continue through the clock rush. We're coming up on the clock room itself, where the end of the clock rush happens. But we actually don't have the means to get past the clock room yet. We need another relic first before we can get there. So our goal for this next section is to go to the outer wall, get the Soul of Wolf relic so we can transform, use the Soul of Wolf transformation to get past this clock room in just a bit here. But coming up, if you want to understand a little bit more about the clock rush, I want you to look in the top left-hand corner of this next screen here. During this cutscene, there's a statue in the way, and it's going to move at the end of this cutscene here. That statue moving is essentially your hint. The game is telling you that this statue can move at all. The way the statue movement actually works after the cutscene's over is that every other minute, it'll either be in your way or out of your way, depending on the in-game timer. So on odd-numbered minutes, that statue is in your way and you cannot pass. But on even-numbered minutes, it moves out of the way and you can pass and move on with the rest of the run. Our goal is to get there in under 7 minutes, because that is the fastest possible time that we can get there reasonably. So I have to go all the way to the outer wall, grab the Soul of Wolf, come back in under 7 minutes, and hopefully make this cycle happen. So, but until then, we have a boss fight coming up in a little bit, but you can read a few donations if you got them. And of course we do. We have a donation from Penis Liquor 69 saying, "Boy, oh boy, I love GDQ every single year. It's my favorite time of year, where the year is a year. Here's $1 million more and 1 million more GDQs for 1 million more donations. 1 million billion, kill the frames." We have another $10 gajillion from Greetings from Germany saying, "Greetings from Germany. Greetings from Germany. Greetings from Germany." All right, here is that next boss here. This is Doppelganger. Funny enough, outside of luck mode runs, you can actually kill this guy quite a bit faster utilizing a sub-weapon called the stopwatch, but we actually don't have enough hearts to utilize the stopwatch, so we have to fight this guy normally. Oh, but we got a critical hit there, saving the number of hits that we needed to kill that guy, so it saved a little bit of time. If you're really lucky, you can get a critical hit that kills him instantly in a single slash, and that ends up saving quite a bit of time. So... But yeah, we're almost to that Soul of Wolf relic, and there's going to be a few more skips along the way as well. Skips and tricks, if you will. And right there is the Soul of Wolf on the screen, but we can't get it quite yet. We have to press a switch to open up the elevator there. So I'm going to that switch now. Got to dodge some enemies along the way. And I'm going to be going for a frame-perfect floor clip as well as a frame-tight animation cancel, so I'm going to try and lock in to hit those real quick. There's the floor clip. And the animation cancel, let's go. That's called a quick grab. You can essentially overwrite the relic acquisition animation with a summon spear animation, and it saves about 50 frames. It's pretty tight to hit, though. But yeah, now that we have the Soul of Wolf, we can move on to finishing up this Clock Rush segment. The reason we go out of our way for the Soul of Wolf is because the Wolf transformation gives us a few abilities. One is it gives us the ability to transform into any transformation, and the ability, for whatever reason in this game, when you untransform from any transformation, it gives you access to a dive kick when normally you need like the double jump ability to dive kick. The other thing the Wolf transformation can do is it actually moves across the ground almost as fast as shield dashing, but it actually maintains that momentum in the air. So we could utilize the Wolf's run speed to go through this section a little bit faster than if we were just shield dashing through it, but it does require some precise platforming. So we'll see if we can hit it. Yeah, a little tough on the platforming there. Hopefully we still hit this cycle. It's going to be quite close. Ooh, barely got out of the way of that flea man, and no, sadly, 1 second off. Seriously? God damn it! Fuck! Shit, fuck! Dude, I'm fucking washed. No, I'm skipping the Garnet to make the cycle happen more reliably. When is SGDQ? It's in 3 days. Ugh. Brutal stuff. My voice is so tired, I'm sweating so much. My head hurts. He legit might not make the clock cycle at SGDQ. Yes! That's what the fuck I've been saying! I'm losing my shit. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. I'm mad because it's hot. It's not your fault. Fuck. Ren, not now. I don't got time for this. I thought you weren't reading chat. What am I supposed to do for a full minute? Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Oh yeah, so there we go for the wolf. I'm not reading chat anymore. We go for the wolf jump there, which gets us into Alrox's quarters, which is going to allow us to get to the rest of the run. I'm going to have to make a quick detour for an item that we're going to use for a glitch in the shop later. Behind this secret wall is a sellable gem. We're going to grab that. This essentially will help us with a glitch later on to underflow the amount of gems that we have, which gives us infinite money. But now we're going to move on to the Colosseum. The reason we're going here is because in the Colosseum is the next progression relic that we need. That's going to be Form of Mist. The Form of Mist will unlock the Soul of Bat relic later on in the library. And if you know anything about Symphony of the Night, the Soul of Bat relic is the most important relic in the game. So we're going to try our best to hit get that as fast as we can. Thankfully, on the way, right before the boss fight that blocks the Form of Mist, is a library card. So we're grabbing this library card, starting this boss fight, skipping the cutscene as soon as we possibly can. And by doing this, this actually tricks the boss to stand still for a little bit because they're waiting for the cutscene timer to end before they start the fight. So during that pause, we can just start slashing the boss before they start moving. So we grab the Form of Mist, use the library card to transport us directly to the library. And before we grab that Soul of Bat relic, we're actually going to make a quick detour so we can do that shop glitch I was talking about. First, we have to do a precise jump off of this book. If it would give me the correct RNG, let's go. Backup strats. All right, a little bit slow, but we take it. And we get a quick grab to make up for the time loss. Surely that makes up for the 50 frames versus, 5 seconds. Who's to say what's faster? So now that we have the fairy card relic, essentially the fairy, once I summon her, is going to start talking to me. That talking is going to overwrite the cutscene with the shopkeeper.
Your work.
Allowing me to open the menu during this shop trip, which you're not normally supposed to be able to do. I'm going to go ahead and equip the onyx as I sell it. This underflows the amount of onyxes in my inventory, so I could sell as many as I need to. We're going to utilize this money for a secret item that requires a ton of money to buy called the duplicator. The duplicator gives us infinite usage of single-use items like potions and throwing items. And with that, we will become very, very overpowered. We're also going to buy a gauntlet, which just increases our damage by a slight amount, which will make some boss fights a little bit more consistent. So we're utilizing mana prisms here because they allow us to refill our mana all the way up to full, which is useful because the main movement option we're going to start using as soon as we get Soul of Bat does consume a lot of mana. Dude, this game sucks. Here, I'm hoping for good RNG from the Fleamen coming up here so I can slam across the room real fast. I got it, nice. Yeah, that you essentially have like a 50-50 chance whether you get that attack pattern or not, so good RNG on our side to save a little bit of time. And there's the throwing stars at work. The Buffalo stars are very, very powerful. They're able to melt bosses very quickly, like the Lesser Demon boss right there. And we are on our way to the Soul of Bat, right past this mist gate. And now we are immediately thrust into another glitch here. So after getting the Soul of Bat, we can now move really fast with this Wing Smash ability. But first, in order to escape the library, I'm going to go for a triple frame perfect wolf clip. I'm going to use the map to help buffer the inputs to make it slightly easier. There we go. Second try is not bad. Everyone's clapping. Everyone's clapping. Everyone's clapping. Frick, man. Dude, it's so fucking hot. I can't do shit in this fucking video game, man. My hand is like slipping off the buttons. I'm fucking sweating. Oh my god. Dude, fuck off. Alright, I think I have to be done for today, man. This is really bad. Dude, what a fucking nightmare. Does he not have AC? I have the AC running as hot as it possibly can. Not hot, sorry. As high as it possibly can. As hard as it possibly can. Fucking dumb. I can't fucking speak, man. Yeah, I can't utilize AC to stop global warming, sadly. Fuck, man. It's so hot. This shit sucks. I'm gonna do shit at GDQ because of a fucking heat wave because a bunch of greedy fucking CEOs wanted to make fucking petrodollars the main reserve currency because they didn't want to fucking use the gold standard so they could fucking swindle other countries out of their fucking reserve currencies. This is fucking stupid, man! Everything comes back to fucking capitalism. Fucking hate this shit. I just want to play video games in peace. It doesn't cool off until like 2 in the morning, and then it goes down by like 10 degrees. So instead of it being in the high 90s, it's in the high 80s. Fucking heat waves suck, man. Shit's miserable. I'm sorry, chat. This was a terrible stream. And it's not your fault. It's not my fault. It's fucking global warming's fault. I can't keep doing this shit, man. It's too fucking hot. I'm just gonna have to try and get practice done late at night off stream. Will it be hot there? It's fucking hot everywhere, man. It's called global warming for a reason. I don't know, man. I'm not looking forward to it. GDQ is going to have better AC than I have, thankfully. The hotel, unless the fucking AC runs out at the hotel, that would fucking suck. God forbid. But no, I live in a place without central air because many places in the US do not have central air. If I had central air, this would be less of a problem. It would still probably be hot, but not nearly as bad. Window units can only do so much against heat indexes of triple digits, plus humidity. I don't know. I'm sorry for being such a grumpy piece of shit today, but this is genuinely miserable. Like, I have such a terrible headache. I'm drenched in sweat, and I need to practice this shit because I'm going to look like a fucking fool at GDQ because I haven't practiced. Ugh, sucks. Everything fucking sucks. Yes, I'm using blackout curtains. Of course I'm using blackout curtains to block the sun. I appreciate... Guys, don't try and backseat a guy who lived in Florida on how to keep yourself cool. Holy shit, man. Trust me, I'm doing everything I can. The Florida man knows how to try and keep cool in hot weather. There is some times where the sun and the globe says, fuck you, it's 1,000,000 degrees and you can't do anything about it. You cannot escape the heat. That's just life. Anyways, I'm getting out of here.